Talking Halos is brought to you by the Blue Wire Network.
Whose house? Whose house? Under pressure. Donald got there in the air. Intercepted by the Browns.
The Los Angeles Rams selects Jared Verse.
Get out of your seat and rise with the Rams. Devontae, touchdown. What a play. Come on, diving grab. Now for Cobb, what a catch. Cooper Kupp turns on the Jets. Kupp racing away. Cooper Kupp all the way. Touchdown.
Be in the moment, one play at a time, believe it, and you'll be world champions.
A Lombardi trophy for Los Angeles.
We world champions. Yes, sir. We world champions. We make that play. We world champions. We make that play. Let's go.
Welcome to Talking Halos. It's Derek C. Apollo with the entire crew back. We're all here. We had to be for the first episode of what's going to be our 2026 season. We've gone through all the off season. I still have more content for you because I admit I've been away and being a bum. But here we are. We got Coach Michael Stewart here. We have Deuce the second here. We have Norm Hightower and myself, Derek C. Apollo, and we are here to talk a couple different things. Couple of things on the agenda. Very simple. We'll start this nice and easy. Rams uniforms, Aaron Donald, what all this means. Going first to Norm. How you doing, man?
Doing awesome, man. How you doing?
We're living the dream here. Living the dream. Coach, how you doing? We got any sound from you?
I am doing well.
Are you in a hotel room? Look, you're in a hotel room out partying somewhere. Deuce, how you doing?
I'm doing well, excited for the season, so let's get into it.
There's a different feeling, isn't there? When the season ended for us, it was kind of low energy, like I can't believe this is it, and this is how it ended, and here we are now. We're ready to go. First time I want to bring to you guys right away, Aaron Donald. It's been speculated all off season. We've talked about it a little bit when we've been on. I know the Butting Heads guys have been talking about it. Here we go. He works out. They reported to the league, and apparently the man looked good. The man looked good. Guys, how you feeling about that right now? Coach, how you feeling?
Well, the thing is, I think we all feel like that Big Aaron might have left a little bit in the tank or a lot in the tank. I think he just got a little fatigued with just maybe being the only one. Not the only one, but a lot of times getting double, triple team and not much else was happening. And I think over the run, he may have just got a little bit displaced in mind and said, you know what, it's a good time to walk away, married, new little one, all that good stuff. But I think the opportunity to play with someone like Myles Garrett on the other side or next to you is just maybe something you just cannot pass up. So we all know Aaron Donald, even playing, he's always kept in good shape. So I'm not surprised.
Deuce.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the few athletes that I follow on social media. So I've been seeing him the last couple of years, just maintaining the workouts, obviously helping some other guys. I know there was Verse last year working with some other players around the league. And so he still has, I think, just that burning desire to still get back out there. And sometimes it takes you stepping away for a little bit to realize, hey, like, I really do still enjoy the game. I want to be a part of this. And we have a potentially very special season on deck. And so I think just all the moving parts and components that we have and the potential to be in the Super Bowl again, to play once again in LA, win it in LA potentially, all of those things are leading to him making a comeback and making one last run at this thing. So it's exciting. If you're a Rams fan, you should feel good about things, and we'll see what happens.
Norm, everything you're seeing, how you feeling?
Well, I mean, I think everybody saw the video of him working out with Josiah Stewart and Braden Fisk. And, you know, like I was talking about before we got on here, you look at those three guys out there and you say, okay, which one of those guys came out of retirement that's been off for 2 years? And Aaron Donald wouldn't have been the one you'd have thought. So he looks to me like he is every bit as in good a shape as he was. He looks like he's healthy, probably healthier than he's been in 10 years right now. So you might see the best Aaron Donald you'd ever seen. And I'm stoked about it. I can't imagine putting him next to Myles Garrett on the same side of the line. I mean, who are you going to block?
I think it changes things dramatically. Even if he's not, I mean, it's reasonable to think you've been away from the game now for 2-3 years. It's reasonable to think maybe you lost a little bit of speed. Maybe he won't hold up throughout the entire season. They're probably going to limit his snaps. But the sheer disruption you're going to get from those two guys, plus the guys you already have, they didn't have a defensive line of pushovers. This was a strength for them. They were inconsistent, but they were still a defensive line with talent there. This changes the whole game. And when the Rams have been great in previous years with their pass rush, that's helped their secondary so much and protect this on the linebacker play, which was at times subpar. With him there, does this, in your view, start with Dorman and going back on the horn again, does this make the Rams the favorite in the NFC West, or are the Seattle Seahawks still, the lead dog?
I think you've got too much talent now to think that Seattle is the front runner. I mean, they are the Super Bowl champs. You got to give them that. But the Rams they have 2 top 10 corners now that they didn't have last year. They've got Myles Garrett. If Aaron Donald comes back and you partner him with the rest of our defensive line, even getting rid of the ball quickly isn't going to help them much when you got guys that can cover man. I know Coach has been talking about forever about guys that can backpedal. Well, we have those guys now, and they can cover them man-to-man right up on the line. So that's got to make a quarterback feel pretty bad coming into the season, knowing that you've got 2 great corners, allows the safeties to play the way that they're supposed to play instead of actually playing corner. And then you've got 4 or 5 guys on the front that are all quality guys, but then you throw in Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett. It's going to be tough. And Garrett's never been on a team that he got to rush the passer as much as he wanted to because they always played from behind. Well, now you're with one of the number 1 offenses, if not the number 1 offense in the league, and he's got all the opportunity in the world to pass rush. So I can't see how you couldn't make them the favorites even without Aaron Donald. But with Aaron Donald, I think for sure you have to.
Deuce.
Yeah, I feel like as far as the Rams go, I mean, we outplayed the Seahawks really all 3 games, even though we lost 2 of the 3. You look back at even the Thursday night game towards the end of the season, I mean, we had essentially almost a 3-possession lead with 8.5 minutes to go. And we know what happened. And then obviously we had some critical turnovers in the NFC Championship that let us down, along with some subpar plays from our secondary. So you now go out, you address not only the pass rush, but then you go get the 2 corners from Kansas City. So on paper, we definitely have upgraded. I certainly think we're the better team, but we got to go out there and obviously execute. But I think this puts us at the top of the conference without a doubt.
Coach, you're a defensive guy. What's this mean?
Yeah, I mean, it means everything. I think you now have a super, super well-rounded defense. You're going to get pressure on the passer, guaranteed. You're going to have people in the secondary who now can more or less, I don't want to say jump things, but you can play the position normally. Hey, if that ball is not out, it's going to be a sack. But on 1,002, 1,003, I can break without too much worrying about double cuts and triple cuts and all the things that happen. They got to run it out or they got to run it in. They don't get a chance to run out, in, and up because their quarterback is going to be on their back. So that being said, the only thing, as we know, across the board, and that's for every team that ever lines up, is you got to stay healthy. If you stay healthy, yes. Now, I'm going to maybe be the oddball. Seattle, since they have the Super Bowl trophy at their place right now, you kind of just got to defer and go, yeah, until they get dethroned, they're the team. But what we know is most teams that have won the Super Bowl, it's super tough to repeat.
Scheduling does neither team favors. There's that gauntlet at the end of the year for the Rams overall. I agree mostly here with Coach. Like, the injuries are the thing here. I mean, it is the injuries. If this team can stay remotely healthy, we're already hearing word of Puka getting hurt today. I'm hoping against minor, hoping against nothing. You know, everything changes with injuries. We have some guys who are getting older now. That's my concern. The talent is there. Like, this is about as close to a football dream team as you can get, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Any closing thoughts as we move on from Aaron Donald and the Seahawks and so on and so forth? Anything else want to cover with that, guys?
I think one more thing you got to talk about, and they talked about it today, or announced it today, that there could be some suspensions coming down the line too with Alaric Jackson and Puka Nacua. We don't know what's going to happen, if there's going to be any suspensions at all. But if we're starting the season without our top receiver and our left tackle, that's going to make a difference in the beginning of the year too. So, you know, I think you got to keep that in mind as well.
Let me ask you guys a question. This is just, I mean, I'm not throwing anything out there. I'm not making a case, an argument for anything in terms of some kind of moral stance. Ask a very simple question. Should the NFL be suspending players who are not convicted of a crime? Yes or no? And why? Who wants to take that shot?
For me, it's, you know, suspension should be based on, ultimately, it's kind of like us in the workplace. You have a code of conduct. If you break that code of conduct, whether you're convicted of something or not, you know, you have to think about that. My thinking is Puka Nacua gonna be actually ready to actually play football, or is he now showing signs he's a guy that's gonna have trouble down the road? That's my question.
I think when it comes to domestic violence, I think that one, whether you're convicted or not, is one that they're going to come down on hard no matter what, and probably
Absolutely.
should. You could be accused of something that you didn't do, and that would be tough to deal with if you're getting suspended for it. But, I mean, it's a common thing across the league, and usually the league looks down on it, especially if it's your second time, which with Alaric Jackson it is, even though he hasn't been convicted of anything. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see a 2-game or a 3-game for him. Puka, I don't know, because he wasn't convicted or anything, and he wasn't accused of the same thing. But now he's got two strikes against him a little bit with 2 different things, so that could get him a 1 or 2 game suspension as well. Again, with Coach, morally, you know, the team has some leeway here too, and you've got to see, you know, are you all about winning, or are you about having, you know, the we not me thought? And, you know, wouldn't surprise me if McVay sat one of them or both of them a game or 2, even if they're not suspended.
Yeah, I want to piggyback off that because Norm took the words out of my mouth. These guys have had now repeat bad offenses. And so with the NFL, you know, the slogan is protect the shield. And so they're going to do any and everything to protect the image. And what I would wish for moving forward is somewhat of like maybe a committee instead of Goodell just handing down the suspension. So I think it just needs to be more of a collective in regards to, if you're going to be handling like personal conduct, penalties or suspensions to players, that you have kind of a coalition that's working together versus just a unilateral decision maker on that. That's what I would like to see moving forward.
I think the Alaric Jackson case in particular is confusing because, 1, the charges were dropped. 2, when you get more information on the actual case there, it's not so cut and dry, but yet it still is the second time. It's still a second time. So I would like to see something that's more unilateral in terms of what you're saying. I want a structured look at it. I want all the facts looked at it. And then I want just some rudimentary, okay, we're going to suspend this guy here, suspend that guy here. That leads to accusations of unfairness across the board. And overall, that's why we see so many people talking about. It's one of the reasons we see so many people talking about how the game is rigged, the NFL is rigged, and we don't want that. We don't want the credibility of the game to be disrupted. So,
well, look at the WNBA right now. I mean, it's almost like WWE wrestling out there, and people are getting suspended. It's getting crazy. So, I agree with you as well. I'd love to
Coach,
see a unilateral thing.
I want to hear Coach's thoughts. Over the coach is like.
I was like, yes.
No. So there we go. All right. Moving on. Well, here we go. A word from our sponsors. Uniforms. Gentlemen, we've been talking about the alternate uniforms for a long time. Matter of fact, the home uniform was a major controversy when they redid it a couple years back. They cleaned it up a little bit, and all of a sudden, these two alternate uniforms come out. One going back and paying homage to the 1951 Rams, one paying homage to the Fearsome Foursome era Rams. I'm going to start over here with Coach. Coach, what are your thoughts on – let's start with the 51 uniform. What do you think of that 51 uniform?
Actually, I have no thought of it at all because I don't know. I guess I'm the person, whatever we wearing, let's go. I'm not going to look, oh, man, my fit is tight today. Ooh. It's going to go out there and get some grass stains on it and give it to the trainer after the game. I do like some of the helmet logo stuff. That looks kind of nice on the front where they got the little logo here in the front on that side. But as far as overall uniform, cool, you give homage to a former team. But at the end of the day, yeah, just give me something to put on and let's go.
Coach, I have a question for you. I don't remember. I don't remember because I remember you left the Rams to play for the Dolphins. Did you play for the Rams in '94? Do you remember?
No, that was the year I was gone. So 93 was my last season.
Okay. Because I was thinking because they wore the 51 Rams uniforms in '94. So I was wondering if you actually got to wear them. But I didn't remember if you had left for 93 or if you left for 94. So
I was left after 93, so I was gone the 94 season. Now, we did play against them in the Dome, and I'll just never forget because that St. Louis turf was brand new, and I still got the mark on my leg from where it just took the skin off. I'm like, what is going on?
Wow. I wasn't trying to bring back that memory. Deuce, what do you think of the 51 Rams uniforms?
So I like the classic soul one. I just don't like the white pants with it. So I know they're probably not going to change that, and it looks like they're going to stick with that combination. And I know that's just because that's what they wore back at that time. So I would love for them to go either the yellow or blue pants with the soul uniforms, but that doesn't look like the case. But I do like the top.
Coach, Deuce, two different opinions, yet father, son. I don't know. Haas, give us your view. I think you might have been around when this uniform was worn.
I'm not that old. I will say I saw him play in the white uniforms when I was a kid. I saw Deacon Jones in the white jerseys. But, I like the yellow. I agree with Deuce. I wish they'd do a different pant. But, it's good to pay homage, and it's good to bring back those old yellow uniforms. I like them enough that it's good to see.
I thought I was going to be horrified seeing these uniforms, honestly. I didn't know what they were. I think we started getting some leaks, and the idea was 51. And I've been long against the Fearsome Foursome era uniforms being used. They looked to me too much like the Colts. I didn't want that. But with the soul of the 51, it does bring back the 94 season. I do remember those uniforms. I remember Jerome Bettis wearing that uniform, playing, I think, against the Steelers that year. I did like them. And with the white pants, they're not my favorite, but It's what they were back then. So I'll take it. I'm okay with it. I like the sole. If I had the money, I'd buy the jersey. That's good to go. The blue and white, I still don't like it. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I have that Colts image in my head, but I'll tell you what I did like. I like the helmet a lot. I think it looks clean. I think the whole uniform looks clean. It's just but the helmet looks good. The blue and white, I'll give them some credit. They did a much better job than I thought they would. And I can't wait to see them on the field. Norm, your view on the Fearsome Foursome uniforms.
Like I said, I saw him play in it, and it's one of my favorite uniforms. I already had a Deacon Jones jersey in the baby blue from back in the day. I've already ordered both uniforms for me just to put up on my wall. The blue and white for me brings back memories of my childhood, and I love the blue and white uniforms. I get where you're coming from, but for me, they're my favorite Rams uniform of all time, and the helmet is awesome.
Deuce, the blue and white, how you feel about it?
Yeah, so I was a little bit fearful as well, but I actually do like the look. I've always been a fan of all white uniforms. I do love the helmet. I mean, my alma mater from high school colors are blue and white, so I've always been a fan of that combination as well. So I think just all of that stuff encompassing and just the overall look is good. I get it with the Colts kind of looking a little bit similar there, but I think there's enough differentiation that I can go with that. So overall, I can't really complain about the Fearsome Foursome unis.
I kind of already have an idea what Coach is going to say based off his first answer, but we're going to ask you anyways, Coach. The blue and white, this was before your era. How'd that look to you?
I actually like the blue and white because, the blue is a little bit darker than the Colts. So I like the blue and white. I like those a lot, actually.
All right. So there you go. Let's knowing how he's just like, I just like it. Fine. Great. So we got all that laid out here. Getting into the season here, or not far from Melbourne. Any thoughts, concerns about the feel of this team as we now move into the preseason here? First games are coming up in a couple days outside of the Hall of Fame game, which was last weekend. Coach, I'm going to start with you. Just simple 3 keys right now that are on your mind as we enter this preseason, things that matter to make sure this season is what we're hoping it's going to be.
Desire, consistency, and the continuation of not too much going on off the field. We've got some excitement with the Aaron Donald. Obviously, we had excitement with Myles Garrett trade. We don't want excitement, the Alaric Jackson, the Puka. We don't want that type of excitement. But I think for the most part, it's been a good offseason. And now it's just a matter of, putting enough wins in there to get in the playoffs. So I am very excited about the season. I'm always concerned, though, knowing that how camps are now. We were literally banging for weeks on end, and guys aren't doing any of that. And yet it seems more guys are getting hurt when they're not even really doing anything. So I don't know what's causing that. But I am absolutely excited about this season. We'll find out soon.
Deuce, 3 things for you.
Yeah, so not in any particular order, but definitely the usage of Aaron Donald. If he does end up joining the squad, I want to see how he's integrated into the defense. Also, just the new pieces coming in. There is that Rams culture that, we've had where it's been pretty stable during the McVay era. So you just want to make sure like these guys that are coming in, that they're all in and bought into, sacrificing maybe some of their own statistics and such in order for the betterment of the team. And then really just the play calling on both sides. So we saw deficiencies last year with Chris Shula on the defensive side. We saw McVay kind of go astray in certain games. And so situationally, I just want to see them clean up things and really just utilize all the pieces that we have. We have everything that we need. We addressed some of the shortcomings that we have. So really just making sure that everybody's included, that we're being balanced, and really just playing effective football for 4 quarters consistently. Those are the 3 things that stand out to me right now.
Norm, 3 keys.
I'll go along with the other 2 and just say the off the field issues need to be either gone or to a very minimum. Team health is probably the biggest thing for me. We got to stay healthy. We've got the right pieces in place, but staying healthy is probably the biggest thing. And my third thing would be running the football more. You've got a defense now that looks like it can stand up to, most offenses, if not all offenses in the league. So we've got to get our running game. We're always complaining about not running the football enough. Now is the time to do that. We've got 2 guys in place that are healthy, and we were the most efficient running game in the league last year, yet we didn't run it as much as we should have. So I'm really hoping he steps up the running game this year with the defense we have.
So 3 things for me. I can't believe you guys didn't say this. Special teams, they have to make sure this is set. Special teams last year was awful. Even with all the other problems that we mentioned with special teams last year, we go to the Super Bowl and we probably win. So I just want to point that out. Get that squared away early. Make sure you're confident in every part of the special teams unit. I also want to push out. We mentioned the running game. One thing they did really well last year is use the tight ends properly. Keep those tight ends in the game. Give our receivers a little bit of help out there. We don't have all the speed guys, so we need to use the other tools in the arsenal to get Adams open, to get Puka open, and those tight ends are it. We have Terrence Ferguson, the guy, the Oregon dudes in here just love. I mean, he's there. So use all those weapons. Be more well-rounded. The Rams got in this trouble last year of relying on 1 or 2 guys, and you had players who had speed you didn't even let near the game. And you guys know who I'm talking about, right? He's named. You don't mention him. We don't mention Tutu. And geez. So third thing is a coaching staff that is actually flexible to change. I'm kind of piggybacking off you guys for this last one because that's the biggest complaint we've had for 7 years now is the coach gets tunnel vision, and it seems to spread down the entire staff. They're slow to adjust, but yet when they do adjust, they do fine. But they're slow to adjust. They seem to be stuck in their game plan, and sometimes these teams have been playing chess with each other for a long time, and as much as we hate to say it, McDonald up in Seattle outplayed the Rams up here a couple times last year. That's all it took. So there's our 3 keys. Follow us on X at Talk Rams. Follow me at DC Apollo. Follow Norm at Big Hoss DP. It's been a while. Coach 1Duke23. Mikey _rocks5 at Instagram threads for Deuce. And guess what, guys? It's time for football. Oh, one more thing. We're on YouTube. Help us out at Rams Talk 5900. Follow us. We're doing some live streams in the season after games. Just like a radio show. We're gonna have a great time.
Hit that like button.
Hit that like button.
Subscribe, baby.
All that jazz. The stuff you've heard from all of your other YouTube shows over the years. We're out of here. Have a great one.